discover, learn, wonder.
For most of us, Antarctica is a world of silence, a place where the cold bites through bone, where winds scream across endless plains of ice, a white desert, lifeless, frozen, eternal. But what if I told you that this frozen world was once alive? That beneath the glaciers, buried under kilometers of ice, lies the memory of rainforests, rivers, and creatures that once roamed freely. 30 million years ago, Antarctica wasn't the land we think we know. It was green, it was thriving, and it was about to change forever. But to understand how this lost world vanished beneath the cold, we'll have to go back to when it was still alive. Long before the ice, Antarctica was part of something greater, a colossal supercontinent known as Gondwana. It was a time when continents hadn't yet found their places, when Earth's skin was still shifting, cracking, breathing. Volcanoes erupted in the distance. Vast fern forests carpeted the landscape. Rivers twisted through valleys filled with life. Giant amphibians, early mammals, and the ancestors of modern birds. The air was humid, the climate warm, and the skies alive with color. Antarctica sat further north then, basking in sunlight that never truly left during summer. It was lush, vibrant, almost tropical, a place where trees reached for the endless daylight. But Earth is never still, and Antarctica's paradise was only temporary.
Over millions of years, Gondwana began to fracture. First Africa drifted away, then India, then Australia, and slowly Antarctica was left behind, a continent adrift, isolated at the bottom of the world. Even so, life continued to flourish. Dense forests of beech, pine, and palm blanketed its surface. Warm-blooded marsupials scurried beneath ferns. Primitive whales hunted along its shores. Inland, freshwater lakes shimmered under a mild sun. The world was warmer than today by as much as 10 degrees. Rain fell, seasons came and went. But beneath the calm, Earth's invisible machinery was shifting. Ocean currents changed direction, continents kept drifting, and with each passing century, Antarctica moved closer to the pole, into a place where light and warmth would soon begin to fade.
Then came the break. Roughly 34 million years ago, a vast tectonic rift opened between Antarctica and South America, the birth of the Drake Passage. It was a gateway, and it would change the planet. Cold ocean water began to circulate freely around the isolated continent, forming what scientists now call the Antarctic Circumpolar Current, a relentless, swirling barrier that trapped cold water around the pole and kept warmth out. Temperatures plummeted, Rain turned to snow, forests began to die, and the green continent, once home to life, started to freeze. The transformation was brutal. Glaciers began to creep across the land, carving valleys and swallowing rivers. Plant life retreated first, replaced by moss and lichen that clung desperately to the rocks. Animals vanished. Marsupials, once abundant, disappeared from the record. Whales and seals adapted, taking a refuge in the surrounding seas. Within just a few million years, a blink in geological time, Antarctica had become the coldest place on Earth. But something remarkable was happening. The ice, though destructive, preserved everything it buried. Layers upon layers of history, ancient air trapped in bubbles, pollen sealed in frost, bones frozen mid-story. Antarctica, now silent, became Earth's memory vault, a frozen library of worlds long gone. Today, that frozen archive stretches over 14 million square kilometers. Its ice holds records of climate stretching back more than 1 million years. Scientists drill deep into its heart, pulling out cores of ancient ice, each layer a page from Earth's diary. They find traces of rainforest pollen, of carbon levels that once filled the air, of microorganisms that thrived when the continent was green. Modern satellites reveal hidden mountain ranges beneath the ice, the ghost of an ancient landscape still preserved in frozen time. And beneath those mountains, vast lakes, liquid water sealed beneath kilometers of pressure and darkness, still exist, untouched for millions of years. Antarctica, though frozen, is still alive in its own way. It breathes, it shifts, it remembers. But the ice is melting. The balance that held for 30 million years is beginning to falter. Rising global temperatures are undoing what geological forces once built. Glaciers retreat, revealing ground unseen since before humanity existed. What was buried is now being uncovered. Ancient forests, fossils, even viral forms of life frozen for eons. The world watches as Antarctica's story enters a new chapter, one written not by tectonic plates, but by us. 30 million years ago, Antarctica was a cradle of life, green, thriving, full of warmth. Then, Earth turned, and the world changed. Now, as the ice retreats once again, we stand at the edge of another transformation. If the past buried a rainforest beneath the snow, what will the next age reveal beneath the melt? Perhaps the real mystery of Antarctica isn't just what it looked like, but what it still remembers. And as the ice fades, those memories are rising back into the light.